What's up guys? So in this video I'm going to be showing you guys exactly how to create attention grabbing adverts on TikTok, on any social media that you are advertising on. But I'm going to be talking specifically mostly about TikTok. So just know that what I'm going to show you guys is something that you can apply to any social media platform. First, why is it important to grab attention when you are running adverts on TikTok or any social media platform? Now you need to understand that most social media platforms are mostly to entertain their viewers. Do you understand? Most people who watch videos on social media platforms want to be entertained. They do not want to be sold to. So once your advert feels like you are trying to sell something to people on any social media platform, or is not looking like that kind of casual entertainment video that they watch most of the time, people will scroll away. If your video does not grab attention in the first 3 seconds when people view that content or your advert, they are going to scroll away. And you know very well that, or what you need to understand is that people need to watch a good amount of your video to actually convert into leads or potential buyers, so that they can even understand in the first place what your video is about. Because if people don't watch your video, how are you going to sell? How are you going to get leads? How are you going to get customers? Do you understand? So this is basically why grabbing attention is one of the first things that you need to consider when you're even making your videos or your advert creative or your ad creatives. So that's exactly what we are going to be talking about. I'm going to be showing you guys strategies or steps that you need to take in order to grab attention. And what I'm going to be showing you guys is very applicable also if you are doing organic content. But most of the things I'm going to share with you guys is something that would apply specifically if you are running adverts on TikTok or any social media platform. When you're running adverts, the first thing that you need to pay attention to is your hook. Your hook should be in the first 3 seconds of your video. And your hook is basically what hooks the audience or what grabs the audience attention to watch the full content of whatever is in your video. Do you understand? And it is very, very important because it's actually what is going to, increase your audience retention and actually going to help you convert, because most of these people have actually watched what your video is actually about. There are 2 main types of hooks that you need to pay very serious attention to. And these 2 types of hooks are visual hooks and your verbal hooks. So your visual hook now is what these people are seeing, right? What is seen on the screen that grabs attention. For example, there's some people that make videos where they are like clapping at the start of the video just so that they can grab your attention with that clap. Do you understand? That is a visual hook. Anything that is shown on the screen with the intention of grabbing attention is a visual hook, because it is what grabs attention with the eyes. Now, a verbal hook is basically what you say in your video to grab attention. For example, let's say you are advertising a product that helps fat people lose weight. Do you understand? You can start with something like this. If you are fat and you are trying to lose weight, this is the perfect solution that can help you lose weight in less than 30 days. Do you understand? That is a hook. Why? Because first of all, you verbally called out the audience that you want to watch that video. Do you understand? And you explained how they can solve that problem, or you told them that there's a solution to that problem, which is going to create curiosity because they want to find out what that solution is. That's exactly what you call a verbal hook. You understand? That is quite simple. You don't have to do anything crazy to do a verbal hook. You don't have to do anything crazy on your screen to actually hook people's attention using a verbal hook. Now, I want to show you guys this graph. And this graph I'm going to show you guys now is going to explain, or is going to make you guys understand basically why hooks, or why audience retention or grabbing people's attention using your hook is very important. I'm going to show you guys exactly why your first 3 seconds is very important using this simple graph. This is called an audience retention graph, or it's called an audience retention graph. And you can basically get this graph on TikTok, on YouTube, and maybe on Instagram as well. Most social media platforms have this graph. Now, I want you guys to take a close look at this right now, right? Remember, I told you guys the first 3 seconds of your video is literally the most important time of your video. That's when you have the opportunity to grab people's attention. Now, look at these 2 graphs that we have here. What do you see when you look at this graph, right? Now, we have the first 3 seconds, which I literally told you guys is the most important time of your TikTok video, right? Now, in the first 3 seconds, you can see that the hook used in this part, the hook used here, which is a weak hook. Why? Because in the first 3 seconds of the video, we can see that 50% of people watch the first 3 seconds of the video, right? 50%. So here you can see that From 100%, which literally the first second of the video, because when someone is watching your video, obviously 100% of them saw at least from 0 seconds of the video. Do you understand? Before they scrolled away. So starting from the first to the third second of the video, you can see that at the third second of the video, 50% of people watched to the third second of the video. What does this show? This tells you that this is a weak hook was used in this video. And literally, when a weak hook is used in the first 2 seconds of a video, it is literally going to affect the entire video. Do you understand? Because as time goes on and on and on, more people are going to scroll away. Do you understand? So you can see right here, since 50% of people got to the third second of the video, you can see as time goes on to 10 seconds, more and more people are going to leave that video, which is not going to give you enough time to pitch whatever, or share whatever you are trying to share in your video, to actually let people know what your video is about. It is not enough time to let the full audience know what your video is about. But in another case where majority of people watch to the third second, let's say at least 100% watch to the third second, when you know that most of them are going to leave or still scroll away from that video, when you know that most people are still going to scroll away from that video, where you have the advantage is that even as more people leave that video, you are still going to have a lot of people that watch till the end of that video. Why? Because of just that your hook. Do you understand? Just because of your hook, you are most likely going to still have more people that are going to watch till the end of that video, giving you more time to actually sell yourself to the audience, or let the audience know what you are trying to, or what your content is about. Still giving you more time to convert, or more time to let the audience know, which is in turn going to give you more leads, more buyers, or more of whatever you're looking for when you're creating adverts. Do you understand? So this is a strong hook. This shows that a strong hook was used in this video. Do you understand? This is very, very important. So I've literally explained to you why your first 3 seconds of your video is the most important thing when it comes to creating adverts or any content at all. Even when you're creating organic content that is not an advert, and when you're creating organic content, it's still also important. Do you understand? So when you have a weak hook, it's going to affect the entire video. More and more people are going to leave, and most people will not even get to the part where you even say the price of the product. Maybe you're trying to explain or tell people that you're actually selling the product, or you're selling anything. Or less people watch the first 3 seconds of the video. In turn, is going to affect the entire video, which is going to affect people not hearing, or which in turn is going to make some people not hear what you're actually trying to talk about. Only the few people who actually watch till the end of the video will end up converting into leads or into sales or into whatever. Do you understand? So you need to make sure that at least higher than 50% of people watch the first 3 seconds of your video. More than 50%, more than half of the people that get to your video actually watch the first 3 seconds of the video, which is actually going to convert more for you. There are other graphs that can show you, like graphs like this, where you have good hooks, but less people still watch the end of your video. This basically just means that your delivery was very bad. Do you understand? People were not interested, or maybe what you hooked them into the video with was not actually what you delivered on. So this is basically bad delivery. What causes this is bad delivery. You can have good hooks and people still don't watch to the end of your video. That's because your delivery was very poor. You have hooked them. Oh, I'm going to show you guys exactly how you can lose weight in 30 days if you are fat. That is a hook. Then when you are jumping into the video, you are not actually giving them what they expected. That's going to cause this. Do you understand? That's going to cause a drop in your audience retention. More people are going to leave the video because they are not getting what they expected. The second thing that you can do in your TikTok videos or in your social media advertising videos that will make more people watch your videos is when you understand how to create native or UGC style content, you are going to be able to drive more or get more attention to your videos. And here's what I'm talking about now. So one thing you need to understand is that in TikTok adverts, most people don't like to be sold to. Most people come to TikTok to be entertained, to have fun, to relieve themselves of some stress or whatever. Do you understand? So when you just see one advert, someone saying, oh, come and buy this, bam, you scrolled away. Do you understand? So you basically need to understand how to create content or how to create adverts that actually do not feel like adverts. Do you understand? They should feel native. What this native means is that they should feel like normal organic content, normal day-to-day content that they see on TikTok. When someone should see the first 3 seconds of your video or of your advert, they should not be able to predict that that is actually an advert, even though they will know that it's an advert. When you've got their attention, once you've applied most of the things that I'm going to be teaching you, it is going to feel like native content. Just learn how to create native content. And how you can do that is first by creating content that is entertaining. For example, someone like Ola of Lagos. I don't know if you know Ola of Lagos. If you know Ola of Lagos, he's one of the biggest car content creators in Nigeria. Do you understand? Ola of Lagos literally sells cars or sells houses in real estate. Do you understand? But what he tries to do in most of his videos, even though that his video is organic, he doesn't even run adverts in his videos, he still gets a lot of views. His videos still go viral. Why is that so? Because in that video, while he's still trying to advertise, he is still creating native content that is entertaining. Do you understand? He still tries to, pour humor in some of his videos, try and make it entertaining, try and make people laugh in his videos. That is exactly why he can still get a high audience retention or high watch time. More people are interested in the video and more people watch his videos. Do you understand? So that's basically what you need to understand, or how you put native content in your mind. I want you guys to go actually check him out. Right? Let me write his name for you guys. Ola of Lagos. I need you guys to go and check him out. There are a lot of other creators that I am very familiar with, but I don't know their username, so I would have dropped that here for you. Check this guy out. If you don't know him, go to Instagram, go to TikTok and search for Ola of Lagos. Watch his videos. Then you see exactly what I'm talking about, right? In his videos, he sells houses. He tells you, this is a house worth 500 million naira. People are like, wow. Do you understand? That's a hook. But you might not know. He's selling, it's right there, he's selling because he has called out the price. He's calling out the price to let people know how much the product that he's trying to sell is. Do you understand? That's literally advertising, but he's doing it in native style or in UGC style. UGC literally means user generated content. So UGC content is content that is created by a person. Do you understand? That looks native, that looks, quite organic. Do you understand? Most companies, most brands use this to actually drive attention to their business. Do you understand? UGC is just user generated content that is generated or created by a user or a person. Now, for you to create content or for you to create adverts that look native or that look UGC style, do you understand? You need to make sure your content is either entertaining, it's either educating the viewers, or it edutains the viewers. Right? Your content has to entertain, one, it has to educate or edutain. Now, what does this mean? This means that first, if you don't want to create content that entertains them, that looks, you can educate them, you can teach them something. That also works. Do you understand? There are also content creators online that educate people. Educative content that educates people, that teaches people something, also works well on TikTok. So it is also a native kind of content. Do you understand? So content that educates people on something works very well. Do you understand? So you can try and teach someone something on a TikTok video and still squeeze in something about, your product or your service in the video. Or you can do both. You can create content that educates and entertains people. But I've not seen cases where that works very well for adverts. But that can also work if you apply it. Do you understand? Because if it works well organically, it can also work well for adverts. So you can create the 3 types of content that you need to create if you actually want to create content that feels native. You need to learn how to create content that entertains, educates, or edutains people. It is very, very important. Create content that what? Entertains, educates, or edutains people. Very, very important. Now, the kind of content that someone like Ola of Lagos makes is content that actually either entertains or edutains. Because in some of his videos, like when he's making car videos, like videos that are about cars, maybe he's trying to sell the car, right? He's also, you entertain you by some of the things he says, but him telling you about the parts of the cars, the features the car has, is also educative. It's also teaching you something about the car. So what he's creating is edutaining video that educates you and also entertains you at the same time. These are the type of content you have to create if you want to grab attention in your adverts that entertains, educates, or edutains. Now the third thing that you can use to grab attention in your videos or in your TikTok adverts is what I call emotional triggers, which you can also use as hooks. Let me show you guys what I mean. So now the third thing that you can use to grab attention in your videos is what I call emotional plus visual triggers or hooks. Do you understand? Now emotional or visual triggers or hooks are, statements or verbal or visual hooks that will actually trigger emotion in people. There are different types of emotion you can trigger in people when it comes to using emotional and visual triggers. And you can trigger emotions like fear. You can trigger fear, curiosity, urgency, or you can use pattern interruptions. Do you understand? These are emotional or visual triggers that you can use when you are creating hooks, and they are very, very important. And I'll give you guys example of what all these things are and how you can actually do them. For fear, you can say things like, or use hooks like, you are going to lose 10k, or you are going to use all your savings if you do not listen to these 5 key things that can help you so and so, or you are going to lose $10,000 if you don't follow this process or get this product from me that can help you. Do you understand? That is how you can trigger fear, or that's a kind of hook that can trigger fear. Do you understand? Fear of loss. Do you understand? So for fear, you can use hooks that trigger fear, or you can use basically pain points are what works for fear. Using people's pain points as hooks. Let's say people know that they are going to face heavy consequences, or they are going to face their pain point, or they are going to face issues if so and so doesn't happen, if they don't listen to this, or if they don't know something and something like that. Yeah? That's how you can trigger fear, or that's how you can create hooks that trigger fear. You will keep adding weight if you do not understand how to create or how to get this remedy I'm going to show you. That is hooks that can trigger fear. Do you understand? So that's for fear. That's the first thing that we have right now, fear. Now the second is curiosity. Curiosity hooks or curiosity emotional triggers are, hooks that will want people to, know what is going to happen as you go on in the video. When you use hooks that will make people wonder, oh, okay, what is this guy going to say next? That's curiosity triggers or curiosity hooks. You understand? Hooks or curiosity triggers or curiosity hooks are basically when you use hooks that will make people wonder what is going to happen next. Now, for example, this is what most businesses miss in their adverts. That is a curiosity hook. If I say something like that, you want to know what you are missing when you are creating adverts. That's curiosity hook. That will create curiosity for you to know, okay, what does this guy want to say? What does he want to say next? Do you understand? So another example of this is a product that can cure back pain that people do not want you to know about. Now that is another curiosity hook. If you're creating advert that is for maybe a supplement or for a herbal drug that can help for back pain, do you understand? Saying things like, now this is a drug that can help you cure back pain, but people do not want you to know about it. People will now want to know the drug that you're talking about. That's a curiosity hook. The next thing we have is urgency. Now all these things I'm going to explain for you, you can use it not just as hooks, you can use it in different portions of your video. But where it works best, or where I would love you use this best, is when you are creating hooks. Now an example of urgency hooks are, if you don't fix this in 3 days, you are going to face so and so problem. That's an urgency hook. Because if they don't watch that video, or if they don't it's like you are trying to hasten them up into watching the video, showing them that if they don't urgently watch this video, they will not be able to fix whatever problem they have in 3 days. Do you understand? So urgency basically comes with when you involve time in your hooks. Do you understand? You have 24 hours to do this. If not, you are going to face so issue on your TikTok app. That is an urgency hook. There are a lot of ways you can even use urgency hooks when you are creating offers or when you are trying to say your call to actions. And the fourth one we have now is pattern interruption. Pattern interruption is also very, very important, because when people are watching videos on TikTok, do you understand, at some point it's almost as if there is a pattern at which they watch the video, because you know TikTok usually shows you videos that you'd want to watch. So it's as if your brain already expects what is going to happen next, and what happens next, and what happens next. So when you do something like this, like I showed you guys before, listen to this right now. So do you understand? That is pattern interruption, because it's like you're waking them up. They are watching videos subconsciously. They are actually not in their conscious state. Do you understand? So you do something like this, clapping or saying wait. You understand? Or being, you know, louder than most of the other videos they have watched probably would be. Do you understand? That is going to cause what you call pattern interruption. That's going to give you the attention. That's going to wake them up to watching your video. Do you understand? So that's how you can actually use pattern interruption. So now, these three things I've actually mentioned is actually what is going to help you guys, you know, grab attention when you create adverts. Do you understand? Now, if you want to learn more about how to run adverts properly, I have created a course that is going to teach you guys exactly what you need to do when it comes to creating TikTok adverts. So if you know you want to learn how to get sales, how to, you know, get customers, how to get leads with TikTok adverts, I have created a course, and this course will talk extensively on what you need to do to drive results and make money with TikTok adverts. So if you're ready to get that course, all you need to do now is message me on WhatsApp, or message me or comment in this video, you know, so you can get access to how you can get the course, or you can get more details about the course. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you have any questions, you can send me questions or leave a comment in the comment section of this video, and I'll see you guys later.